Hi there YouTubers, and welcome to my channel, The Liberator78. And in today's video I'd like to show you some of the stuff I've received in the post. It's called May Pickups and Packages, but to be honest with you it's actually June, but let's just pretend it's May and do it retrospectively, because I forgot I didn't get my act sorted out in time to do it in May, so I'll do it now and just make out it's May. Who's going to know? We won't tell anybody, will we? Anyway, first off, I was to go with my QL, which I purchased last year, roughly about September, October. After here in the UK, there was a show, a drama called MicroMen, which was between Sinclair Sinclair, who obviously inventor of ZX Spectrum and ZX80, etc. He's rival with Chris Curry from Acorn Electron, and it was quite an interesting dramatisation of the 80s era, and it was lovely to see the 80s era relived again and flash back. And as a result of that, and seeing the Sinclair, the mock-up of the actual Sinclair launch on that program, I immediately got very nostalgic and rushed out to eBay, and after several attempts managed to nab myself a Sinclair QL with a few cartridges for a pretty decent price. I think about £48–50, because some of them were going for silly money, and so I just pulled out of that one. But obviously there I was with this Sinclair QL and no so I had my Sinclair QL, which was great, but then it suddenly occurred to me, what the hell do I do with it? Because at the time, back in the day when the QL was a current console, or current computer, sorry, I couldn't afford to buy one. I was only a kid, and money was tight in those days for us, so I had the ZX Spectrum Plus, and was envious of a friend of mine who actually got his hands on a QL. So I've also been pretty nostalgic about the Sinclair brand, and I thought to myself, well, if I've got a Sinclair QL, wouldn't it be great if I could learn how to program on it? So I've got myself the good program with QL SuperBasic by Roy Atherton. It's got a few basic programs in there you can do, so I thought one time when I get the chance, I will have a little muck around with a QL. Then, and that only cost me 50p incidentally, it was a bargain. Then I got myself, what was the next thing now? This cost me £1. It's a QL archive book. Archive being the database used on the from Scion, and it was a relational database program for the QL at the time, and quite being old and obviously a lot different from the likes of today's databases, like for instance Microsoft Access or OpenOffice Base. Completely different setup. It's sort of like the old-fashioned style, so completely lost. When I tried to run, I thought, what the hell am I doing here? So I thought, if I could find myself, but lucky enough on eBay I managed to nab this, like I say, for £1, and gives me something to work my way through next time I decide to switch on the QL. Now, still on the QL, I did receive, with my QL somewhere, I did receive a couple, oh there we are, 2 cases with 8 cartridges. One with the Office package, which was QL, which is the word processor, Abacus, which was the spreadsheet, Archive, as I just discussed, was a database, and Easel was a sort of a technical sort of drawing package, and then some blanks of 8 cartridges. But unfortunately half the cartridges in this didn't work, so basically I only got Easel and Abacus working. The other 2 errored, just didn't work. And so desperately needed some spare cartridges. So for about I think it's cost me about £17 all told, which it's quite, yeah, £17.51, which considering it's quite expensive, I know for these, but believe me, sometimes they go for a lot more. So I should think I've got quite a bargain there. But as everyone knows who owns a QL, someone I subscribe to, Mario Sonic 190, I know for a fact, has got a QL, and I'm sure Tom, you'll agree with me that these are notoriously unreliable. These Sinclair QL cards. Anyone who owns a Sinclair QL will tell you this, and in fact, I've played a few cartridges, work fine. Some days you put it into the QL, just will not load for love or money, and it begs the question, Sinclair, for all his genius, why on earth did he stick with it was unreliable when it was released for the Spectrum, the MicroDrive format. Why put it into his next generation machine? It was just bizarre, in my opinion, but I guess we all learn from our mistakes. Next purchase, which I'm really, really proud of, and I cannot believe, to be honest, that I nabbed this at such a cheap price. It is the Sinclair QL user guide. There you go. I got this for £1. Can you believe it? No one bid for it. I was the only one to bid for it. I'm sure I got this for £1, yeah. And let's have a look. Just be with me a second. Yes, £1. Got it for £1. But it's quite weighty. And the lady I bought it off, she underestimated the postage on it. So she sent me an email to say, look, unfortunately I've grossly underestimated the weight of this, and the cheapest I can get it delivered to you is £7. Is that okay? If it's not okay, and she was very nice, she said, if it's not okay, I understand, I'll just relist it. But I said, no, that's fine. These to get these on eBay, sometimes they can be like gold dust, and sometimes they go for silly money. I've seen these go for like, I don't know, £10, £15. Sometimes they can go for silly money. And I thought, for £1, I mean, it's worth the £7 just to get it, to be honest, because I've got this QL sitting there and I haven't got a clue. I mean, I'm at home with a Spectrum, fine. I had one, great. It's a program on it, play game, etc., etc. With the QL, I never had one at the time, so it's a new learning curve for me. So that's like a Bible, if you like. Right, my next purchase was, everyone must know this game. Everyone must know this. It is Elite for the Acorn Electron. In my opinion, of the old 8-bit systems, best version for me. Anyway, forget the BBC Master System. That was obviously a lot superior. So yeah, sure. But my first experience of Elite was on the Acorn Electron, so I got a lot of fondness for it. And I got it at snip at £3, £2.99. But, and I had to laugh, the seller said, oh, it's rare, very rare. Yeah, I mean, of course there's only like 10 copies ever produced, not. So, I love it when they say, yeah, it's rare, please, 4K, X amount. But when I opened the package, I was really disappointed. Really disappointed, because it had the novel, The Dark Wheel, and the cassette, obviously, but nothing else. It didn't have the rest of the. So I was sort of devastated. I thought, oh my god, this is. Anyone who collects games, as many as people I've subscribed to and I'm friends with on YouTube would tell you, it's just, I don't know, it just seems empty. So I had to then buy it again. I bought it again on eBay.